You are now listening to some of this, some of that podcast.
It's Coach Mo.
Yeah, they know it on the walls. Let me stop playing for real. You remember that song, bro?
Yeah. I got a song for you. I'm about to break out.
Oh, Lord. Break it out, bro.
As soon as we start here.
All right, we ready.
We ready?
He said we started.
Oh, we live? Okay.
Yup.
You remember this song, Tise? There's a sweet, sweet spirit in this place today. And I know
it is the spirit of the
Lord. The Lord. The Lord.
That's throwback. That's throwback Mount Sinai.
Throwback Mount Sinai.
That's throwback Mount Sinai.
Yeah, I had to open up the show with that one, Tise.
I wonder, do they still sing that? Like do they even still do like? Because back in the day we used to do like the fellowship time. You go say
They
hi
don't do
to
fellowship
your neighbor.
time anymore in Mount Sinai. No.
I think you know what people probably stopped after COVID.
They did, but
Yeah.
that used to be fellowship time. You know,
Yeah.
they just sing that, and then you know it was two songs they sang when it was time to give your offering and tithes.
Mm-hmm.
It was that song I brought up, and then there was the other one.
Give and I give it back to
Give
you.
and I give it back. Boy, that song.
Listen, the offer be getting people in trouble now, but
Yeah.
we'll talk about that
As of
later.
lately, yeah. Especially if you don't have what the pastor say you should have.
It's yeah.
Come on down to the front of the altar. We got something to talk about.
Close the door.
Close the door. I said close the door.
The door.
Hey, some of that podcast. We back.
What up, y'all?
Another week.
Yeah.
This is episode 124.
Yes.
124.
Yes.
124.
124.
For all you my hood folks. Four. Not
Four.
four. Four.
You say four around
We
here.
say four around these pods. We back. I'm Coach Mo. We got Tise over there rocking
How
Chicago
y'all
Bulls.
doing? You know we
the
fo-
Chicago
we
Bulls.
4-0.
What are they?
4-0.
4-0.
You
Y'all
see
heard
what
that?
I'm saying?
4-0. Yes, this is going to be another fun episode.
Yeah.
We're back at Sonic Palace Studios. And we have the magnificent, the genius, the one and only sound guy, Mike.
Magic
engineer.
Mike. He not a stripper though, y'all.
Nah. And again, we shooting on this great camera, which I call the porn camera.
Yeah.
But
The poom camera.
yeah, this is a poom. The great zoom ins, fellas.
Yeah.
But that's for another topic.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so you brought up something before we got started about Kevin Hart. Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to give my take.
Okay.
Kevin Hart, to me, I think is overrated. That don't mean he's not funny.
Okay.
He's just not as funny to me as he is to others, which is okay.
Okay.
Now, about his stand-ups, not all of them were good to me.
Okay.
But them early ones, when he was talking about his kids and an orangutan, those
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I actually like Kevin Hart sometimes better in the movies he do
I do
versus
too.
his stand-up. That
Yeah.
show he had with the Hollywood Husbands,
Hollywood was genius.
that was hilarious.
That was a hilarious
because he
show,
was a
yeah.
stone cold nut
Yeah.
in that one.
All
but he
of
was
them were
funny.
funny as hell
But
in
he
that
was
show.
hilarious in
Yes,
that because the
yes.
way he used to talk to Nick,
Yeah.
and the way he used to talk to Dwayne Martin, I used to be crying laughing.
Yeah. That
But
was
yeah, so that's just my
was
take.
yeah, that was
That's
funny.
my take.
Well, I think that I don't know. I don't know if I would call him overrated, but I agree with you in that. See, it's a generation thing too, bro. Like he's a younger generation. He's our age, but he's a younger generation. Like probably who they see as stand up, right? So like you said, now people try to be like Kevin Hart stand up's not funny. All of them are not like hilarious, but I don't think anybody's is like. Everybody got something that's hilarious, something that's just okay, you know. But those, like you said, those first couple were absolutely hilarious. And I don't care what you say. If you was watching that during that time, you was walking around saying, all right, all right,
Yeah.
all right. Like you was saying that shit. So I don't know. I think he's funny. I think he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he's funny.
his stand-ups can be hit or miss, you know, like the later ones, but I think he's funny. I think
He's funny.
I think he's funny in movies. I think he's funny. His TV shows be funny. So I think he's funny. I wouldn't put him up there as like, you know, my top 5 for sure.
No, he's not my top 5.
But
no.
I would. I think he's funny though. But I will say like that. I don't know what's the first or second one, but whichever one that was his early stand-ups, I will put that as some of my favorite ones that I can watch all around. Like, what would be your top 5? Your top 5 stand-up like shows.
Well, I don't remember the names of it, but I'll say this: Eddie Murphy Raw.
Okay.
Chris Rock, Bigger and Blacker. Mm-hmm. That shit was still fucking funny.
Yes.
I like Cat Williams, the one he did. Was it Pimps Up? No, what was it?
Pimp Chronicles.
Pimp Chronicles. Mm-hmm. That was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Chappelle, the one he did, I think, was it his first one on Netflix he did when he was doing the Netflix stuff? And then my last one, people might not remember this. Bill Cosby himself. When he did that one, that was hilarious.
Bill Cosby himself was funny.
That was hilarious because the jokes he told in that. Imagine doing all them jokes and not one curse word.
Yeah, he's a real storyteller.
But it was the stories he was telling was hilarious.
Yeah.
So those are probably my top 5.
Yeah.
I can't say Richard Pryor because I wasn't born. Mm-hmm. Well, I was born, but it was like I was a baby when he was doing his in like an 80, 81. So I didn't really get to enjoy it and watch it like real time. Mm-hmm. Like the ones I named. I can I remember sneaking and watching Eddie Murphy Raw.
See, you know what's funny to me? I've seen Eddie Murphy Raw, and I thought it was funny, but it's not one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. Like I can watch. I think it's funny. Is that the one when he had the red on?
The red suit on.
Is this one like in the beginning that boy was telling us he was acting like he was little?
Yeah.
Little Murphy. He was like, and then he pulled his little ding out and he peed on the red.
And then
that was Bud.
His uncle was like, "That boy funny."
Yeah. Wasn't that Samuel Jackson who did that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say my top 5. One of them was yours too. Chris Rock, Bigger and Blacker.
That was hilarious.
Dave Chappelle too, but I like Killing Me Softly.
That's another good, funny one.
I'm gonna say Kings of Comedy. Now I know it's like individual, but I'm gonna say the Kings of Comedy. The whole thing that was hilarious to me. Like,
I get what you're saying.
That's still funny to me.
Yeah.
That's a special comedy special. Pimp Chronicles is still funny to me. And this people don't. To me, this is an underrated comedy show.
What's that?
I always tell you this. Mike Epps Never Faded. It's something that the one we had the silver suit on. That's one of my favorite ones. And then for just like honorable mention, Deion Cold World.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yes.
And he's funny to me.
Yes, Deion Cold is hilarious.
His comedy is what I love.
Yeah,
I love his type of comedy.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah,
that's
sarcastic.
That's sarcastic. I love that.
Yeah.
I love Kevin. I mean, what's my man from Chicago? Corey Holcomb's comedy.
Yes.
A lot of people don't like it, but that
Corey Holcomb is hilarious.
I love that raw, his comedy. It's funny.
Yeah,
and like I said, a lot of people don't like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is hilarious.
I think he's hilarious. I think Lil Rel stand up's been funny.
I can't get with him.
I like Lil Rel.
I be trying.
He's had this one, not this last one, but the one he had. Dang, I think it was on Comedy Central. Mm-hmm. He filmed all the things here though.
Yeah.
But it was really, I thought it was funny. He's funny. But no, Deion Cole is underrated.
Deion Cole, man, he told a joke about dating this older woman, and he said he went to her house and she had on a slip. Man, I was crying laughing. Like people don't understand. If you our age, you know what it means to wear slip.
Listen, you could not go out the house without a slip on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
so people
that's old school.
If people don't get that joke, it's because they not our age.
Yeah, they not old enough to appreciate
I was crying laughing.
That slip is hilarious. He's the one who got me saying vintage vagina.
Yeah.
He liked him, so he liked some vintage.
He liked him old.
He liked them vintage vagina.
He said she come outside the room. I'm thinking she finna have a gown on. Hey, y'all, she had on a slip. So everybody started laughing. He's like, y'all know what a slip is, right? Man, I was crying laughing, man.
That's hilarious.
I ain't heard slip in so many years.
Bro. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Do they even still sell slips?
I'm I'm sure they do, but you know what? You used to get slips from like places like Sears and stuff, so you don't really have a Sears nowhere. So you probably have to buy slips online.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't. You know, these young girls, they don't care about their panty lines and all that stuff.
All they care about is going to get a Brazilian wax. That's it. That's it. They want to keep it bald. Y'all some weirdos. Anyway.
It's nothing wrong with the little bald.
Y'all, that's immature. Grow up.
It's not immature.
Grow up.
But even though technically they, you know, the doctors, vagina specialists will tell you that it's.
Wait. Vagina specialist.
Yeah, like
that
doctors.
could be a dude at Po Fred's.
No,
you need to give it a.
I'm talking about professionals.
Oh, okay. I'm about to
like
say
doctors and things like that. Like they would tell you that, you know, if you have hair down there,
a gynae.
Yeah, like a gynae, or just some people that specialize in like women parts and stuff like that. They will tell you that it's, you know, hair is fine.
I got one last
because it blocks bacteria. That's like your lashes on your eyes do the same thing. You know.
So wait. You mean tell me the ones that they be getting that be looking like drapes?
Not those.
Oh, okay.
Your regular eyelashes.
Oh, okay.
Your regular eyelashes for everybody. Like they keep out debris and stuff.
Okay.
So hair around your body, where it's, you know, where it is, it's for a reason. So, but
well,
you know,
my last question before we hit a rewind. Okay. What's the age limit for women when they cut off from going to the gynae?
Ain't no cutoff.
Oh, ain't no cutoff? Mm-mm. So you mean tell me they take that venous vagina still to the gynae?
You know why? Because you still have to, it's not just, even if you don't have a period no more, you have to check for things like cancer.
Oh,
so you get, so especially depending on what, if it runs in your family, if you had any kind of other like issues. So that's how people, you know, you still have to get that check.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just thought these old women were still getting the check because they still trying
No, but it slows
still
down
trying to throw it in a circle.
Well, if you're doing that, you definitely need to. But sometimes, like when you get older, like you don't have to get like a pap smear every year. So it's like when you get older, as long as you don't have any complications, it's like every 3 years.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you still got to go and make sure, you know, because cervical cancer is a thing.
Okay. So, all right. I'm about to say, I just can't imagine Emma laying there up there with them stirrups.
Emma still gotta get that gotta get that old for JJ checked out. And look, you know what too? Like, you know, they be saying older people in the older homes, they be getting it in.
They do say that.
They be saying they be having like high STD rates in there. So
they in there getting it in and just passing around diseases.
And also too, I mean, not to be like a Debbie Downer, but people be taking advantage of people in that too.
Well, yeah, they do too. I know, but I gotta say this, and we're gonna rewind. If you work in a senior facility and you screwing one of them old ladies, and if you screwing one of them old men, you ain't shit.
You know, that's one of the jokes on Mike Epps did, talking about he was dating an old lady, and he was like. I'm really bad at telling jokes, but I know he said like the old lady was in the car. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and he was using her car. And he was outside, and they was like, man, take that old lady home. He was like, she all right, she sleep.
She sleep.
He's like, she sleep. I'm like, that's so stupid.
He got one of the funniest jokes. I believe it's on that particular stand up where he was like, married men act different when you see it now.
Like, hey,
he was like, you see him out. He be like, hey, brother, how you doing? Nice, good to see you. Then he said, when he be out by himself without his wife, he be like, hey, what up, hey, what up, nigga? What's going on, my nigga? Hey, motherfucker. Hey, boy, that joke was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Mike Epps is funny.
He was like, they be like, hey, Tony, God bless you, brother.
God bless you, brother. Good to see you, brother.
He's like, these people, you sit by yourself, where the bitches?
Where the bitches at, my nigga? Yeah, that was one of his best jokes right there.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite was.
Let me get a rewind sound. Speaking of church, all right, we started the show off with church. Speaking of church,
that's funny.
Old Pastor Marvin Winans.
I love Marvin Winans. So
me too.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. I think Marvin Winans is one of the best.
Marvin Winans is one of the best gospel
He's one of the best.
Period.
But he was in the news. He wasn't in the news for bringing souls to Christ.
Look, the Marvin's been in the news. Ain't
they have.
Marvin Sapp.
Marvin Winans.
Yeah.
So Marvin Winans was in the news because a video went viral of him scolding one of his parishioners.
Did he really scold her?
AKA members of his church, because the offering or sowing seed gift or whatever was supposed to be a certain amount, and it wasn't. And he somewhat, to some people's point of view, scolded her in front of her son and in front of the church.
Well, so just to put some more context to it, so it was their offering, and they're raising money for their building.
The building fund, everybody.
It is a building fund. I think it's an extension to their church. They have a big church. I think they're in Michigan.
Not an airplane.
No, but
not a limousine.
Yeah,
the building. Okay.
The building, and they had certain amounts they were asking to give. So let's say you had let's say you gave $100, then they had $1,000 and they had $2,000. So this lady happened to get up in the $2,000 line, but she had only had like
$800,
$1,200.
Yeah,
something like
12,
that.
Yeah, it was 12.
Yeah,
she was $800 short. Yeah, it was 12. That's what it was.
Short. Yeah, so that's what happened, and I guess they were announcing like how much they were pledging and stuff like that. I just want to say this, like, so I don't. As somebody who goes to church,
give some context and background how we were brought up. This is not far-fetched, everybody.
This is not far-fetched.
Because we were a part of a church at a time frame where it was set up different tiers. You give different amount of money.
And I'm not saying it's the right thing, but it's just not.
Go ahead. Yeah,
people
go ahead,
who don't go to church who
ahead.
chiming in. If you don't go to church, to me, just be quiet. No, seriously. If you're not going to church and you're not giving your money, what does it matter to you in the first place? That's that. Now, but just like to put some more context in it, this is not unheard of for churches to have, to have an offering, to have a line. It's very old school. I think it should be changed. It's not necessary.
We've seen it before.
But also too, bro, in the flip side of it, when you are fundraising, sometimes it's different than like I've been in a part of mixed churches or other white churches where they have building funds and they take up offerings where they have a certain goal they want to meet. Now they don't necessarily have like money lines like we do, but sometimes our people, let's just keep it real, sometimes church folks, if you don't put that amount out there, they'll put that dollar in there.
They will.
Or put an empty envelope in there. People don't understand that too.
I've seen it.
We know.
Oh yeah.
We our parents are behind the scene people. So you had deacon, like my dad was a preacher. So we know the real stuff that goes on. People put empty
envelope
things in there all the time, right? And so when they have a goal they're trying to meet, it's not unheard of to be like, we need 10 people to give $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Yep. We need 100 people to give $100. It's not unheard of. Again, I think some of that stuff is outdated in a sense of, really God asks for your best gift. So whatever your best gift is, the goal, and if it's $100,000 that we need to build this extension of the church knows that we pray about it, and we just gonna believe God to give us that money. That's how, to me, I'm not a pastor, but that's to me how I feel it should go.
Yeah,
you got to read the room right now, because people don't they always want to say like, oh, the pastors are pimps and take all the money. That's bro, the percentage of people that really do that.
He want that money for his Cadillac.
It's for his Cadillac and his Benz and all this stuff. The amount, the percentage of preachers that have those kind of cars versus the ones that don't is probably less, probably 1%. But that's the ones that's the ones that see. And also, if you got 10,000 people in church, I guarantee you probably only 1,000 giving.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Only 10% of the church is what half the church function.
I agree with that.
And also, too, bro, people don't understand those big churches in general, like, they don't understand, like, church is not free. Like, it costs money to keep the lights on. It costs money to keep people to work on the church. It costs money to have Wi-Fi. It costs money to have equipment. It costs money for all this stuff. So it's just like people that be commenting like, why you giving money to church? Because church is... This is where we go for our to get together, to meet, to fellowship. For those who worship God. This is where we worship God, in the house of the Lord. So it takes money to do it.
I think people think that ComEd and People's Gas let these
and the
churches.
water bill.
They let these churches
No,
stay
it doesn't
open for
work
free.
like that.
No.
And if the pastor, if his only job is to pastor, and that's his only way of income, then he should get paid.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
He should get paid. And not saying now people take advantage. We know that, but that's the ones that they focus on. The ones that take advantage. But the majority of it's so many pastors that work. My dad was a working pastor, so
We know a lot of them.
I know a lot of them. Pastor Mitchell worked.
He worked.
He retired from his job. So I'm like,
yeah.
it's a lot of pastors that
Reverend Wansley was an Illinois State
state
trooper.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the amount of people that, again, they see the big ones, they see the Joel Osteens and the T.D. Jakes, and they think that's not normal church. And the small churches that you don't see, they are doing stuff for the community. People have food pantries that feed people every Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, every weekend. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just
But
like,
what do you think it takes to feed them people?
right.
Money.
Money.
So, yeah, that's why.
It
for me, I've learned, like, with the whole, listen, to be fair, I understand how the clip looks. I totally get
especially
it.
in this time.
In this time, I understand. And also understand for people who don't understand how churches work.
Right.
Especially a mega church like his.
Yes.
I understand how that looks. It comes off as if he looking like he's demeaning his member because this member came up short.
Right.
I understand how it looks. However, it's taken out of context.
Way out of context.
Way out of context.
Yeah.
And you could say, oh, you defending them. No, it's not about defending them. It's just about, from our perspective growing up, we understand that part of the church service.
Absolutely.
We totally understand. It's not like pastors are literally saying you can't come to this church if you don't give money.
Right. It's not right.
No pastor or no preacher we ever been a part of has never done that.
Yeah.
So, but I understand people who, one, have a problem with church. This is what they
used to
lean
be itching
on.
to say something
Because this is easy for them to say, point to that and be like, see?
Yeah.
See what I mean?
But you don't want to go to church anyway. And that's okay.
Right, that's fine.
And it's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. That's my thing. I just be like, you know what? If it's not your thing, that's fine.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand it, I don't talk on things I don't understand.
Me
so if you
either.
haven't been in church and you don't understand it, then you shouldn't even be talking about it.
And if you haven't been in church, and even if
in 20 years, be quiet.
And for an example, your point of view and my point of view, if you've been in church all your life,
you should know.
And you see like some of the behind the scenes,
right?
You understand. When I saw that clip of Marvin Winans, I was like, oh, okay, I know what this is. But when I saw how people was taking, I was like, yeah, this is gonna go. It's gonna be bad.
Because they don't understand it. And again, I think some of the ways that we do for church, it's outdated in a sense that it's just people just do what they've been doing. Marvin Sapp, both of them, Marvin Sapp and Marvin Winans, they old school kind of pastors, and so how they do things is how they pastor did things, and so I don't think that necessarily need that method anymore, but. He's a man and God got to figure that out for him. And this is Marvin Winans. He's also an artist. He don't really need to steal from church.
He don't need that money.
This is it's a Winans royalty. They are gospel royalty.
Yes.
I'm sure he's fine financially where he don't have to steal from his church. And I think that people, because of the ones that have mismanaged that, they think that every time a church raises money, it's
but like you said, that's just a small percentage.
That's a small percentage. A lot of churches are doing a lot of stuff for people that people don't understand how many people come to the church. And that's because they don't always put it on there and say, we know, bro, firsthand.
Yes.
And I know from we've been in church all our lives, like how many people come to the church and ask for money and they never see them again.
Yeah, of course.
All the time.
Yes. All the time. Yeah.
Church ain't all bad. It ain't for everybody,
nope.
But I get it. And also, too, did you see people's mad at Tyler Perry?
Yeah, so that's the other part I wanted you to talk about.
Yeah.
Now, what did Tyler Perry do?
Tyler Perry donated $100,000 to the church. And people was like, Tyler can't read the room, and why would he donate that to church? Why did he give it to that lady? First of all, that lady obviously didn't need the money. If she said she came out and said
it wasn't for her.
It wasn't, and she said, but she came out and said that she didn't follow instructions.
Yeah, she did a whole interview.
She did that. You don't have to like it or whatever. And yeah, you could say, oh, he could have said it different or whatever, but it is what it is. But first of all, Tyler Perry is a billionaire. Tyler Perry gives to people all the time. You cannot tell this man what to do with his money. First of all, Marvin Winans is his friend.
Yes, it's his friend. Yep.
So he's done it. To me, I felt like this. I felt like he was trying to take the heat off his friend in the sense that if y'all trying to raise $100,000, I got $100,000. Here's the money so that it could take away from the sting of you asking the church for $100,000. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt like he was just using that example. I mean, he was just doing that to bless their ministry because he got it.
He did a great job.
And what's it to you? It's not your money.
It's not your money.
First of all, Tyler Perry's a church boy.
I was just gonna say that again. He was like you and I. He grew up in the church.
Yeah.
And Marvin Winans is his friend, but he grew up in the church. He understands what that building fund consists of and what it takes. Yeah. He has the money.
Yeah. And a lot of people wish they had a Tyler Perry they can call on because you know how much church. You know how sometimes it take the building fund takes 10 years because first of all people don't give, but also while you have the building fund, bro, it's stuff that has to be maintained in the building while you're trying to build. Yeah. Right. So you know the like I said, especially when you're in an old church, you got to replace things. All that stuff costs money. I mean, not unfortunately, but that's what we live in.
It's just the truth. It's just the truth of the matter. Every pastor don't. It's not fortunate to start off with a mega church. Yeah. I mean, that's just not. Let's just keep it real.
That's not reality.
That's not right. Most of the churches we know, we grew up in. It's been storefront, or it's been a building that's been old and it's been renovated throughout the years.
Yeah, and that costs money. Yes. So that costs money, but again, it's just I think that was blown out of proportion. It was blown way out of proportion. Y'all leave Marvin Winans alone because when the questionnaires come on, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Questionnaires?
Listen.
Well, you stop what you're doing when you hear Marvin say that. No.
Y'all don't know about that.
Hey, Sal, let me get a rewind. Gucci Mane was on The Breakfast Club about 2 weeks ago with his wife, Keyshia Ka Oir. Is that how you pronounce it? Her name?
I think it's Keyshia Ka Oir, yeah.
And they did
Jamaica man.
They did what I thought was a really good interview.
It was.
So, with that being said, that interview caught a lot of backlash. I still don't understand why, but again, we're talking about the times we live in and social media. So, one thing that his wife talked about is that Gucci deals with schizophrenia. I didn't know that. But people were pointing out, a while ago when he had went on that Twitter rant a long time ago, and people were saying, that's probably when he had one of his episodes. So his wife was saying what she does to make sure to keep him out of the news and off of social media when he's going through episode. She says she takes his phone, deletes all his social media apps and everything on his phone when she knows he's going through an episode. For me, I thought that was some cold stuff. Hard hitting, for a woman to do that, I was like, again, that's his wife. She don't want him to look bad. I get that. Now, the backlash that I saw on social media was that a lot of people were saying, one, that's not the real Gucci Mane anymore. He's a clone.
That's ignorant.
I'm going to get in that later. The second thing that was trending was they don't believe she does that, and they said that she's just trying to control him. So, my thing was, here we go again, like I talked about in the last part. We love toxic. We just, it's stuff that's normal, stuff that we're supposed to do. Nobody praises it. People love the chaos wins. Okay, that's what people love. Yeah. This man's wife basically is trying to keep her husband out of harm's way because of his mental disorder, ladies and gentlemen. They went on there to talk about his mental disorder. He didn't even have to talk about it. She didn't have to talk about it. But what do? It's always us. What do? we take that and we want to try to say, oh, no, that's not what it is. Mm-hmm. She's trying to control this man. Oh, Gucci, that's not real Gucci. This is a clone. Something happened to Gucci when he was in prison. Why do we do that to each other?
You said it already, bro. It's the obsession with toxic. And I think that we don't, because of, even though I watch these shows, but because of the Love and Hip Hops and the Basketball Wives and the reality TV that's always showing like dysfunction, mm-hmm. that has, bro, it's just like people always say, it's something that has creeped into people's heads, right? And subconsciously, people have normalized that kind of behavior. Yeah. It's just like people always say how you take in stuff, if you watch it long enough, it becomes a part of your mind. You don't even know it. Yeah. Same thing how you can know a commercial. You're not trying to learn 588-300. It's just always on. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. So it's in your mind. It's the same thing if you're watching toxic stuff all the time. If you're watching dysfunction all the time, it's a part of your psyche. It is normal to you. So if you have a couple on here and a lady that's doing what wives who really care about their husbands would do, or vice versa, or a husband that had a wife with the same thing would do, they think it's controlling. Well, he has to be controlled, to be quite honest, because he's not just, he doesn't have like a mild mental disorder. He's schizophrenic. And if you know anybody who has schizophrenic, I do. Yeah. Well, I did, rest in peace to my cousin. Mm-hmm. If you know somebody who has dealt with that, it's a very extreme disorder, so where they really come out of their body. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And
they can get violent.
They can
hurt you or themselves.
Yeah. So she's trying to avoid that. This is her husband that she loves. Keyshia Ka Oir don't need his money. She had money before she met him. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then when he went to jail, she made sure his money tripled, mm-hmm. While he was gone. So she don't, this lady love this man, right? And she cares about him. And so she even, not just taking his phone, bro, she said that also when she could tell he's having like a really bad situation, she calls his security, the people that's close to them, and say he got to go to the doctor. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes it's not just.
She said she can tell. She said she knows,
because that's her husband.
That's called being in tune.
That's her husband. And she said she could tell when he off, and she'd be like, "No, you're not well right now. Yep. You're going to the doctor." Because she was explaining how one time he was just outside for 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
And then she was like, then he's talking to her crazy, mm-hmm. and she was like, she know when he's talking to her crazy, he's going out of his body.
Yeah, an episode. Yeah.
And she's like, it's the beginning stages. Mm-hmm. And she was like, now they try to catch it before it gets to the point to where he's spazzing out. And so it makes you think, though, bro. Like people were saying, that's what Kim should have did, or that's what Nicki Minaj's husband should be doing. Because no, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because we see them in real time with, we don't know that they're schizophrenic,
right?
But it appears they have some kind of mental breakdowns, and so perhaps somebody should take their phones. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Somebody should have took Kanye's phone for 1,000 times, and I get it too. The Kanye thing is weird too, because I think, I'm not a Kardashian, person like that, so I could see him. When you have to be willing to totally trust somebody that's gonna when you're medicated to make the best decisions for you. And I think that was Kanye's problem too, that he didn't trust them, that they was gonna be looking out for his best interest. And I can't say that he's wrong. I can't say that he's wrong about that. I'm not saying that they were, but Hollywood people are weird, and I can't say that they wouldn't be trying to do things that would take away from his wealth or his creativity. It gets different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I don't think it was a control thing. I think people are just used to dysfunction, and they don't know what a husband and wife. I hope if I ever get married and I start going off on the deep end, I hope my husband, But
you should want to be with somebody like that.
I hope my husband be like,
I'm gonna protect you. I'm not gonna
have to. Yeah, let's go. Like you're not doing well. Like what do we need to do to help you? Like don't just have me on there. I'm posting stuff, and Moses like, what the hell Tise talking about?
So you can only imagine if he had his phone.
Yeah.
Because he gave an example. I remember like he when he did have that one episode, he had went on Twitter and he had basically was talking about Nicki Minaj. He was talking about everybody on Twitter. So just imagine if he had his phone, who knows what he'll probably say.
And he said that too. He's like a lot of stuff he said he didn't even remember, but it's like that.
Yeah,
though. People, and that's the thing. If you've never dealt with anybody that has mental illness, it's don't talk down about what you don't understand. Just say you don't understand. Oh, it couldn't be me. Well, good, because maybe it couldn't be you. Maybe that's not where.
I hate that. Dog.
I hate that. You know, like they don't understand it.
If you married to a motherfucker, it's supposed to be you.
It's supposed to be you. Or if that's somebody in your family, to me, you know, you're supposed to protect those people because they're not in a position to. They're not in their right mind. Ain't nowhere in the world somebody that I'm close to that's dealing with some mental issues, and if I can help them, I'm not going to help them.
You're not going to help them, yeah.
That's not, especially like you said, if it's a husband and wife situation too, who else supposed to do it then? For I thought it was for better or for worse.
And the interview, I thought
sickness and health.
I really thought that was brave of them to open up about that.
Because Gucci got a new book out.
That was
called, I think it's called Episode.
Yeah, Episode. And hopefully it helps somebody, but I mean,
it definitely gonna help a lot of people in the hood, bro. Because we always say people are undiagnosed. You can tell something wrong with them.
Who grow up like that.
They can tell something wrong with them, and they just.
And what do we say? Oh, he'll be all right.
Yeah, or be like, oh, he a little something.
He just a little special, but he'll be all right.
In the head. No, what? No, we gotta do better as a community. Like, it's not just something in the head. Like it's.
Because he wake up and that little something in his head gonna have a knife to your throat.
Listen, something set that brother off, and it's like, yeah.
So if you get a chance, everybody check that interview out. It was pretty good.
Nothing wrong with that.
Pretty good. It was. I liked it.
I thought it was good too.
But, we got our folks. You know how they be. Let me get a rewind. Did you watch the Versus on Saturday? No Limit versus Cash Money.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
So it was on Apple.
Yeah.
And when I went to Apple, I don't know, it wasn't acting right.
Okay.
So, but I did watch a lot of the clips. I did watch a bunch of the.
I watched the clips. I didn't watch the Versus.
I did watch a bunch of clips. What's your thought? Because I know. So before the Versus, who did you think was going to win the Versus?
I just went with.
But did you think it was going to be like a winner?
I went with my personal favorite choice. I just went with No Limit.
Well, we old, so we go.
I've always thought No Limit. Just me. I always thought No Limit had better. I want to say. I just think they had more music than Cash Money.
Okay.
When I mean by Cash Money, I'm not talking about like
the Young Money.
Right. I'm talking about Cash Money.
Yeah.
Juvie, Turk, BG,
Wayne.
And again, people gotta remember Wayne wasn't Wayne on Cash Money. Mm-hmm. He was just Wheezy of the Hot Boys.
Yeah.
Who really had the last album to come out off that. So. I get it, but my thing was I didn't want to watch it because I was like, because there's so much stuff between both record labels, they're not gonna have everybody there. Like Mystical, he not there because he in prison because he don't know no means no. It was good to see
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, it was good to see KLC from No Limit there because KLC, if people don't know. KLC is the reason why No Limit was No Limit. Mm-hmm. He produced all of the music for that entire label. Mm-hmm. And him and P fell out for a while over money.
Okay.
But it was good to see him back on stage with P and he get his flowers. Because KLC deserves his flowers. If you're a No Limit fan like me, you understand why I say that. I saw the part where at the end, Birdman had his... excuse me, y'all, nigga moment in front of the whole the world. He had to he couldn't turn it off.
Nigga fired.
He had to I love your word, by the way. He did. He had to. The funny part of the whole Versus was everybody wanted to know why the hell was Tamar Braxton on stage with Birdman and wiping his head and up there. I thought, to me, that was the highlight of my night. Because one thing about our people, they want to know why.
Yeah.
Why are you on stage with your sister's husband?
Well, like, I mean, he's been around for a long time.
Long time.
So she's like, that's like her brother. So she was just like, he was sweating, and it was just like, you know, she was just like, let me help my brother out. She was like, it wasn't I didn't look at it. It didn't seem like no sexual nothing in there.
I didn't even care. But
it was just, it's funny because Tamar's just extra all the time.
All the time.
You know. Yeah, that's Mr. Braxton now.
Mr. Braxton.
Birdman Braxton.
So the verses, like, I saw the playlist. I saw like a few performances, but I feel like they left a lot of records that they could have played that they didn't.
Yeah. I think it was only 12 songs apiece, right?
12 songs apiece.
Yeah.
And they did it in Las Vegas. What
you think about that?
I kind of understand why. Because Swizz and Timbaland want to make some money.
Yeah.
So I get it. I don't know if they necessarily...
But they don't own it no more, though, right? Or they took it back?
I don't... Somehow they involved with something.
Okay,
I don't know.
They still got
they involved somehow,
no, okay,
but they did sell. They sold something, right?
Okay,
or something.
I know they had sold it.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
maybe they just sold it in name or something. I don't know.
I think you have to be. People was like, well, they should have had it in New Orleans. My thing is this: certain camps and groups, you can't really go back to your hood.
I think they knew that too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really go back to your hood with certain, like that, what they had going on.
Yeah.
It's probably wouldn't have been a good idea to bring that back to your hood.
Yeah. Because even though, like, they may not be beefing in this age, the thing is, people are stupid.
Yes.
And even though, like, any beef they had could have been, like, settled, the people who hate each other because of them, they don't know how to turn it off. So they'll be in there beefing and going crazy. So it's like, while it would be like huge for New Orleans, I can also see why, like, if at one point it was real beef, I can see how that could be probably like problematic. I could too.
And people got to remember this too. No Limit had a hell of a run.
Yeah.
Like, that label, Master P, was dropping albums. It felt like to me not every year, but felt like every goddamn month. Yeah, that an artist was dropping an album on that label.
Yeah, and Master P, No Limit had their own. The way you knew something was No Limit by the cover. They had was like one of the first, like, those
that tank,
that hood, that kind of like hood graphic.
And you saw that everybody had that chain with the tank on.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
And on every album cover,
and
it was
Master
the tank.
P was doing his little trot.
He old. He old. P ain't like he used to be when Make Him Say Come On.
But listen,
back in the day,
he was still. I felt like
he tried.
But I felt like from what I saw, bro, for them to be in their 50s, I mean, I think they did a hell of a job.
Lil Romeo shouldn't have been up there.
But technically, he was a part of No Limit.
Man, that little mother. Hey, look.
Technically, he was a part of.
He was up there like here.
Romeo, give me. I know that because my sisters.
That's your sisters saying that.
They was 10 years younger than me, so I took them to see Lil Romeo and all that. And people don't appreciate bro, like No Limit, because a lot of them grew up like No Limit. It was like kind of like they was the precursor to Cash Money. Like, without No Limit, there wouldn't be no Cash Money, right? So Cash Money like came over, and they was like the younger generation. Like, they came through. Absolutely.
I'll never forget the first. I think it might have been Juvie was the first person I heard off there. Might have been Juvenile. I can't remember. But I just remember when that album dropped, 400 Degrees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I remember that. Yeah,
I'm sitting there going, "Who the fuck is this?" But it was catchy.
Mm-hmm.
That song, "Hot." It was catchy. And then next thing you know, they playing it in clubs.
Mm-hmm.
They playing it when you go hang out.
Mm-hmm.
They playing it inside the stadiums of basketball games, and it just took off.
I think I knew about Juvie around that time was, again, they are young. They came out like, we grew up on the No Limit, and then Hot Boys came out. Yeah. So my younger sisters, that she started listening to like the Hot Boys and Lil Wayne. So the Lil Wayne, people thought that Lil Wayne, because he was really young. He was super young with them. So he was a teenager. And so my sister Courtney, shout out to Court, she had a CD, a Lil Wayne CD. So she had to be like, so this was, let's just say I'm 20. She had to be like, 12.
Shout out to Courtney.
12 or 13 or something like that, right? So Now I'm like a young adult, and I remember like her listening to Lil Wayne, and so my mom saw the song. She didn't know nothing about it, but she just saw like I think it made her parental advisory. So my mom asked me, she was like, "You know anything about Lil Wayne?" I'm like, "A little bit." I didn't really listen to him like that. I was like, "A little bit." She was like, "Is this kid appropriate?" I was like, "Hell no."
You kid appropriate. She said, "Hell no."
I was like, "No, Ma." I was like, "Courtney, you don't need to listen." Sorry, Courtney. I was like, shouldn't be listening to this.
Courtney, when you see this, so when you hear this.
My mama took her CDs.
Courtney, they did you in like that, Courtney?
Yeah, so, because when Courtney, she liked those little hood rappers. I was like, nah, Ma. Because you remember, Lil Wayne was like little, but he was talking about chugging balls and, girls swallowing stuff. And I'm like, no, it's too much for me. I'm clutching my pearls. Like, I'm like, no, this is not for kids.
This not a kid-friendly album.
Kid-friendly album. I know his name is Lil, but he talking about big boy stuff. Yeah, this is
Weezy was talking some different stuff.
Yeah, Weezy was, them hot boy, they was nasty.
So let me get a rewind. So was it yesterday or Tuesday? That deputy who killed Sonia Massey was found guilty. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen, though. I knew he wasn't going to walk.
Yeah. Why do you think? What you think it made this one different?
One, the video. Two, I think it was too much overwhelming evidence, and I just think finally they was like, you know what, we can't not let this go without justice this time. And I just always felt that. So I'm actually shocked that it came so swiftly.
You know what? I had a good feeling about this, bro, only because I remember that video. It was so disheartening because she called them for help.
Did.
And then you could tell for whatever reason, he just was off one that day. And he arrived and people say that, clearly she was having some kind of mental problem going on. But her spirit was right when she said, "I rebuke you." And I don't know how he took that as a threat, but she said, "Okay, I'm sorry." And he just shot, and he not only shot her in the head.
Yeah, shot in the head.
And so when he did that, I think he may arrive by himself, but the responding officer, he's the one who came in and was helping her because he hadn't even.
Do you remember what he was saying on the camera?
He's like,
"What do you?" She's like, "What happened?" Remember, he kept saying like, "What did you do?" Right.
He was like, "She threw water." He's like, "Water?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "She threw water at me. She threw hot water at me." And people kept trying to say that was and you could tell. From his questioning and from the other officers, it was silence.
Total silence.
I have never seen a group of officers that was like, and I don't think they were silent and trying to be like a cover up. When everybody arrived and found out what happened, it was like, dude.
I think they were silent, like, dude.
Like, what was you thinking?
What you just did was put us under more scrutiny.
Yep.
Because everybody that I know that's a police officer said that was a terrible shoot.
Yeah. And even the other cop, like I said, when he shot, he's the one who was administering, like trying to cover her womb and help her.
Yep.
Like, he the one who showed her some kind of like humanity, unlike the dude who shot her. And he was trying to excuse himself. Like, he immediately was trying to think of a reason of why it was okay for him to shot, and everybody was like, "That's not gonna fly." And the officer, the one who he testified against him.
He did.
Shout out to that.
That took a lot. Yeah, it took a lot of courage.
I mean, even because he's still a cop, so even though like the cop was wrong, people have their code, and so some people still gonna ride with him even though he is wrong. But shout out to that cop that actually testified against him and then helped her, because
she definitely was having some type of mental.
And it was clear.
It was very clear in the video.
It was clear, yeah.
And again, this is why if you talk to anybody that's a police officer, they'll tell you they have trainings for that.
They don't. They have trainings, bro,
but how much of it is, I don't know. I'm not going to say for all of them. Maybe some of them who go to this training are trying to learn about how to approach a situation like that. Maybe some of them just don't give a hell and they just go because they gotta go.
They don't, bro.
You know, but again, when you on that job, you don't know who you're gonna encounter.
Absolutely,
you just don't know who you're gonna encounter.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, my thing is, even with training, people can't train you to have compassion. You know what I'm saying? You either have it or you don't. So you can have somebody that has a mental illness. The training is for you to help to how to deal with them, right?
Yeah.
Like even if you're not even like a police officer, if you're a teacher or if you work at certain homes, you have training on how to deal with people when they have certain situations. If you don't have compassion, it don't matter if you get trained on recognizing that, okay, this person is having a mental breakdown. When you see them, you don't give a damn. You're not gonna treat them anyway. So it doesn't matter if you don't care about people. Then you're gonna respond in the way he did.
It's just unfortunate that she lost her life because
young lady too.
She was. I didn't.
Bro, did she look like Sandra Bland to you?
She
looked. If somebody said, I think they may be related.
Everybody kept saying that, and then I've looked at the picture the other day. I was like, damn, they do look alike.
They look just alike. If somebody was saying they may be like distant relatives,
they might be.
Because I think she was from the same area or something like that. Somebody said because they looked like. They look like they definitely look related.
Yeah, they do.
That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy, but
it's still sad, man.
It's absolutely sad.
And our family members like, was she have any kids?
She did.
That's what I thought.
She had, I think she had a son and a daughter, and I think her son, he said, I think they was living with their dad, I think, because she was going through her mental stuff. But they was just saying how she was getting better, and he was saying that he had just started a job. And he normally would be at home. He would come check on her in the evening, and he was like that day. I think he had just started a job like 2 days before that, and he was taking it bad.
It's unfortunate, man. Well, yeah. Rest in peace to Sonia Massey. I'm glad my family can get some justice.
Yeah.
Hopefully now they can move on. I just want them. That was the sheriff department, right?
Yeah.
I just hope they sue that sheriff department and get all their money.
Yeah.
That they can get.
Yeah.
Because this was, to me,
so sensitive.
She didn't have to die.
Yeah.
That situation, she did not have to die.
The way he shot her, like, that was just terrible. Yeah.
Let me get a rewind. Government shutdown. It's getting crazy out here. It's getting the news. I don't know if you've been watching, but in the next couple days or so, the SNAP benefits will be exhausted.
Well, they were stopping them. They have a reserve. They just don't want to use it.
So they're using the SNAP benefits as like a negotiating tool to get this government to open back up. I've seen a lot of back and forth between people on social media about SNAP benefits. Why do you need them? Why not just go out here and get a job and earn your money and buy your food? I just want to say this. Breaking news. Not everybody who's poor has SNAP benefits. And trust me, it's people that have corporate jobs. It's people who have really good jobs who still have someone in their family, maybe a husband, maybe a wife, that gets SNAP benefits. So be careful how you talk about people.
Bro.
Worry about what's in your household, because I will never say what some person needs to do with their life.
Yeah.
I don't care about, that's my tax money. Look here, bro. All that, this is my tax money shit. Look, most of y'all, when
your taxes is funding wars. What?
But when y'all get y'all check, y'all are not really looking at that and looking at your check and going, I wonder how much of this went to welfare or
how
SNAP.
much went to Argentina?
Y'all not doing that. So let's just stop that.
You're not.
Just stop that. And
we should, but we're not.
And quite honestly, this America, everybody don't have it good. Everybody can't afford to do this and that. So you damn right. This country should give people a way to get some food. I'm sorry.
Bro.
because the stuff I be hearing, I'm sorry, that I be watching on social media, I'm not talking about the people who get paid to talk about this every day on the network. I'm talking about people like you and I are Facebook friends with who got the audacity to talk about what another person needs to do with their life.
And they grew up on food stamps. Like, give me a break. But
knock it off.
Knock it off. Knock it all the way off. Like, my thing is this, bro, too. People with SNAP benefits, people don't understand that irritates me. Is that, first of all, the small percentage of your taxes that it goes to. First of all, most people own SNAP benefits that it's supplemental income. So it's they are working. They don't have enough money to
that's why they get it.
So they get it. But also you got older people who can't work no more who get SNAP benefits, like people that are retired, that are older, that only get Social Security. They get SNAP benefits. You got veterans who can't work anymore. They get SNAP benefits. You got people that have special needs that can't work for themselves. They get SNAP benefits. You got people that have foster kids or foster homes. They get SNAP benefits. You got food places. The food deposits, the food depositories.
It's different tiers of people who get it.
They get federal funding to help people with food. So it's not just people just getting thousands of dollars in their bank account and they going and eating crab legs. Like, that's just not reality.
But everybody who get them benefits are not just buying crab legs. Like, it's people who, and
it's not. And I hate the people that then they want to police how they eat their food. They shouldn't have junk food, or they shouldn't be able to buy this. So what? Like, if you were a kid and your parents was on had SNAP benefits, and you went to the store and all the rest of the kids get potato chips, and you want to have to go get an apple. I want some chips too.
But again, it ain't none of my business.
It's none of my business.
None of my business.
And you know what's the thing is, the bigger issue is also too, you want to worry about the chips and stuff not being good. Well, it's the chips in America because of the preservatives that we put in our stuff. People in other countries have chips and they don't have the same. Yeah. They're not dying from the food that they're eating because they don't even allow stuff. But our FDA allows anything, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, people just get on the internet and talk stupid, and they just don't even understand, bro, just trying to make themselves feel better. And it really pisses me off because you don't really care about where your tax dollars are going, because your tax dollars are going to a lot of things supposedly that you don't care about.
It's fake.
It's fake outrage.
Fake
because
outrage.
You should be mad about us just blowing up boats for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
About the Department of War.
Right. It won a Nobel Peace Prize.
Department of
Are y'all
War.
Okay? Like, are we really thinking right now? We have a Department of War, and somebody wants a Nobel Peace Prize. That's an oxymoron. You can't be kidding me.
I thought it was funny that he wanted, when he was talking about how
he's a buffoon.
He's talking about how he stopped the war and what's the name?
But that's what he's gonna do, bro.
12 hours later, they shot a damn missile.
That's what he's gonna do, though, bro. He's going to wait till the last minute, and he's gonna get the benefits and act like he did something. Trump is all about pomp and circumstance. He's gonna make it seem like he's, they couldn't get it together, and I went in my pocket and I found something, a loophole, and we're gonna pay these people. Like, it's so stupid. Yeah. And the shutdown too, bro. Like, I saw this lady from the food depository saying they don't have enough food because of all the people they can handle normal, food insecurity. But now you got people that's from the government, the TSA, the people that work in they're not getting paid. Yeah. So then they're going to the food banks to get food. So they don't have enough to compensate that. So that's why you got people like, even though the churches, same thing with churches. Some churches, they have food pantry. Our church that we grew up with, they have food pantry. It's functioning every Saturday,
doing the work out here
all the time.
They doing the work out here,
and it's just like, but even then, it's like we used to the normal people. Now we got more people coming. So just a PSA and a challenge to everybody that's listening. If you want to do something like besides sitting behind your behind your keyboard and complaining and talking about SNAP benefits, find your local church or your local shelter or your local food, house that does it, and y'all contribute. You can't. Nothing is stopping you from giving extra for donating to them. You can give them money. You can donate, food. You can go help them pass out stuff.
You donate your time. Go out there and help pass out food.
And I saw too, like, I think Aldi's and I think Walmart, they have this thing where they have like a bundle. It's like $38, $40 that can feed like a family like the 6 of 8, and then includes like a turkey, ham. It includes everything, like a whole Thanksgiving dinner. Only costs $40. You can donate. Go buy, even if your family has it. Go donate. A dinner to somebody else. I mean, you can do stuff instead of sitting behind your computer and talking about everybody with SNAP benefits. If you don't have to use it, thank God you ain't got to use it. But also, you can bless somebody else too.
That's my thing.
I hate negative people that don't do nothing.
My thing is, we want to judge. We want to talk about. I didn't grow up on SNAP benefits. People in my family worked a living. They work hard every day for
people that's working on SNAP benefits.
That's all fine and dandy.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've always learned from my grandfather, he's always told me, you're a sickness away from being homeless.
Yeah, you a paycheck. All of us are a paycheck away from being homeless.
And you just never know when you're going to need those SNAP benefits.
Absolutely.
Just to eat. We ain't even talking about clothing. We're talking about just to eat. So you have to be careful. My thing, you have to be careful how you look down on somebody or what their situation is, because it's a lot of people who are gonna suffer from this government shutdown if it continues the way it's going. Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Bro, people are so delusional, and because we live in such a world that glamorizes everything, wealth and material things, bro. I've seen people in the comments talking about, this don't affect me, I'm good over here for now.
Yeah.
You don't know, like you said, you an illness away.
You don't know.
You don't know your job. Nobody's job is permanent. They just laid off, what was it? Like 50,000 people or something at I don't know if it was one of these big companies. I don't know if it was Amazon or I mean it's a not only a lot of black women or black people lost their job, because we're not growing up, bro. To have a federal job was like a thing.
That was a big thing.
It's a good thing because that was one of the jobs that black people could get where they wasn't discriminated against.
And then they don't lay off.
And they don't lay off. So they had they took a test, they can get in, and a lot of them got those jobs because they were good paying jobs. They got benefits and they got a pension. So we know a lot of people that work in government jobs, post office, TSA, stuff like, or not even just TSA, but security or doing things.
Social Security Administration. Yeah, we know all them people. Yeah,
they was good jobs. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of they lost 300,000 jobs in a couple of months. So you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know how that affects. It's a trickle-down effect. Like for me, people like me that work in like HR, that work in big HR companies, we get paid per employee. If people are firing people, that's less payrolls. That's less HR. That's less new hires that we're doing. So enough of those businesses that have stopped, hiring people.
That's benefits they don't have to pay.
Benefits they don't have to pay. You know what I'm saying? So that's people don't understand how that trickle down looks like. You think you cool, but you don't know that. We all like. It's a statistic that say, bro, the majority of Americans, even though those of us who have good jobs, all of us, they like. In 2 paychecks, people can be homeless.
Yes.
Because you miss 2 checks.
You miss 2 checks.
And you can't pay your mortgage, or you miss 2 checks and you can't pay your rent.
So imagine,
and then everything is high now.
So imagine missing almost 2 months of work.
Listen. Yeah. It's crazy.
All I'm going to say is this, man.
Count your blessings.
You can, again, I always say this on our podcast. You can vote for whoever you want to vote for. But just make sure you understand what these people stand for when you decide to vote for them. Because you could say, I don't want to vote, blah, blah, blah. Bruh, sis, it's still going to affect you even if you don't vote.
Yes.
You're still going to get affected. And then you're going to find yourself complaining. That's all I got to say.
You can't complain if you didn't do what you had to do to, help remedy the problem. Yeah.
Rewind. I say this for last.
Uh-oh.
The NBA is back, but I'm pausing it.
We're playing basketball.
The day after opening night, a big time FBI arrest on former NBA players who have been accused of illegal gambling. It hit the media news cycle for about a week straight. It was talked about. The story broke right after the next morning, right after the NBA season opened up the night before.
Perfect timing.
And I said this. I said this a long time ago. I said, this is the one thing that American sports did not want to happen, because for so many years, people always say these games are fixed. This is script. So when the allegations came out that Damon Jones was providing, he used to play in the NBA. He was LeBron's ex-teammate, one of LeBron's homies. It was alleged that he told some people that, hey, bet big on this night on the Warriors and Lakers because LeBron's not playing. So he's told a person to bet it before the injury report comes out. Now, if you know anything about the NBA, if there's a 7 o'clock game, Tise, the injury report comes out 90 minutes before the game. For that purpose only, to prevent from people going, hey, let's run to the thing, let's bet this on the over on this because this guy not playing. So what he did, because he knew LeBron wasn't playing before it was announced, he told some people to bet heavy on the Warriors. So everything was documented. They've got him on a wire. They've got text messages of him doing this. Chauncey Billups, his thing is separate. He was arrested allegedly because there was illegal poker games being done across L.A., Vegas by mafia members, and apparently they were selling the idea of Chauncey Billups being there gambling. So basically, if you had a lot of money, you like to play poker, you could say, hey, I played poker with Chauncey Billups, former NBA player. Now, the scam was these guys had X-ray cameras underneath the poker tables. They had cards that were phony. They were actually robbing people, but not with a gun, but basically getting over on people because of bets. And now the FBI arrested Chauncey Billups because allegedly he was in on it. So we're still waiting for more information to come out. Again, he was just arrested, hasn't been charged or anything. And this investigation. Now it's going to come down to who's got to go to court, when they got to go to court. Now, with all that said,
then you had
Terry Rozier,
a different situation
with him. If you remember, last year he was investigated by the NBA, and the NBA cleared him. The feds brought him in because allegedly he was telling people to bet the under on his games because he was taking himself out of games. 2 videos surfaced of him in the game where he literally played
2 minutes after
he took himself out the game. So, it's my last point on this is, if you do that, here's my thing. If you're an NBA player and you decide to partake in this gambling, just know this. If you get caught, you're going to risk your career. You're going to risk your career. We've seen instances where guys now who've been banned, they got caught. So I always say this. Is it really worth it? Is the greed really worth it? Because that's what it is greed. Like, I know I think Charles Barkley made a good point. You get paid to play a game, that's it. How much more money do you need? I mean, he was literally asking, like, how much more is an extra $500,000 really that much?
It's an addiction, though, too, bro.
Shaq said it ain't an addiction. He said it's just greed.
Well,
with these guys, I know gambling. I know the gambling you're talking about, but Shaq was saying it can't be an addiction when you're basically going into this game and you're saying, the hell with everything else. I'm gonna just throw these games just so I can make some more money.
Two things. So, I think for some some, for instance, like Terry Rozier or whatever his name is, right?
Yeah.
I think in that situation,
used to play for the Heat.
Or the Hornets too,
and the
right?
Hornets, yep.
So I think it's not always about him making so much money. He could be trying to make money for his homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not so much about always patting him. It's because I think that was something that happened too. That he was telling his friends.
He told them to bet,
and then they come back and that's just idiotic, right? So it's not always so much about them. It's like let me help. This is a way I can help my friends get some quick money because they into the betting and all that stuff. But then also too, I think it's we don't know too, which somebody brought up, like, you know, somebody like Chauncey Billups or those other ones that be at the game. You know, you may use, like, I know we're saying like you're risking your legacy and all that by the game, but who, if the mafia is involved, which supposedly the mafia is involved, which we are seeing their faces, they just showing all the black faces, but that's another story. But with the mafia being involved, right? If the mafia is truly involved, who's to say they're not indebted to them? It could be that, you know, Chauncey Billups lost big at a game and they were saying, you know what, instead of paying us back, you know, won't you bring some of your homies in? And, you know,
he did,
and that was what
he
it sounds
brought
like
in
what
Kevin
happened.
Garnett.
Right, but supposedly Kevin Garnett didn't stay
But
for the game.
he said he didn't stay. He brought in Ty Lue.
Yeah.
Ty Lue went to 4 games.
Yeah.
So you're right. You're right.
And the messed up part about it too is just like, you know, people play poker, have these kind of things all the time. It's the fact that, you know, it's the cheating part that puts you know, like, you know, which I don't even understand how you. I'm not a gambler, but I don't even understand like how I wouldn't trust those kind of going to somebody's house anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't trust that game anyway.
This
like,
dude lost $1.8 million.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that anyway. Like, and then also too, bro, I feel like too, it's just like, it's the best thing about it is that the feds just, which our feds right now is just like a bunch. It's a clown show, but they just put a whole bunch of, like you said, you just went through 3 separate different cases, bro. It's not the same thing. They all different, but they just put it all in this big bubble and make it seem like it's this widespread NBA conspiracy when you got 3 separate idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are 3 separate dummies. Like, their cases are not the same. You got somebody that's, you know, point shaving. You got somebody that's cheating at poker, and you got somebody that's telling somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Point shaving.
You know, it's 3 different things, but you wouldn't know that because people just say, oh, the NBA is, you know, which the NBA don't need this. Like, they already have, like you said, it's already been this stain on whether the games are, you know, fixed anyway, which, you know,
because
I always tell you.
It opens up another discussion now.
Yeah, because the Kings and Lakers 2002, we know that we know the NBA cheated the Kings out of that series. I'm never going to let it go.
Your Kings had one more game to win and they didn't get it done.
Well, we were defeated mentally and we could not because the NBA cheated us out of that series. And I'm going to stand on that.
You go down the hill. You go down the hill.
I never forget it. Moses and he called me when they cheated and they won that series, and I'm still upset about that.
I just said better luck next time. That's all I said.
But anyway.
But it opens up the discussion of, this is my last point. It opens up the discussion of when guys get hurt or if guys just throwing the towel, be like, or do they be like, you know what? I played my 10 minutes. I got my 9 points. Mm-hmm. Like, it opens up that discussion.
It does.
Like, for me, I hate this nigga Kawhi Leonard. I hate him. And I think
Kawhi got his that he is.
Kawhi needs to be investigated.
But he is being investigated.
Him and his uncle.
He's being investigated.
No, for this. Because I know for a fact, people take the unders on him. Because if Kawhi has a hangnail, he ain't coming back in the game.
He definitely not.
He ain't coming back in the game.
He definitely not. And he don't got to because he's getting paid behind this, you know.
And I wonder.
Well, allegedly, you know, he's getting paid, you know, in his fake business. So the
NBA got not Adam Silver. It's not Adam Silver.
Silver, yeah.
Adam Silver's going to meet with Congress here soon because Congress wants him to give them
Which
a
is
report.
Stupid. Now that's the part
But that's what they do.
Right, bro. But that's the part that's pissing me off is just like Congress got bigger fish to fry than these rich, you know, ninjas that's, you know, point shaving. I know it's a big thing in sports, and I understand that it does not look good. But with all the things that we got in here, holding press conferences for this, that's goofy to me.
Remember,
it's goofy to me.
They did it with baseball, with Bud Selig.
And that's stupid too.
With the steroid, they wanted to know, does baseball have a steroid problem?
Yes.
They did it with the NFL.
Yes, they do.
They did it with the NFL.
Yeah, but I feel like that's, to me, the fans got other stuff to worry about. Like, I understand it's a big thing in it's a big thing in sports, and we do like, because if the thing does take away the integrity of the game. If all this is going on, like at some point, like the NBA, NFL, nobody wants to pay for a game that's rigged. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
But then also too, bro, let me ask you this before we cut off on this. But the NBA, all the sports leagues, they are attached to gambling. So
yes.
what do you think is going to happen when gambling is sponsoring? Every other night you hear Prize Picks and all the rest of the stuff.
So
what do you think is going to happen?
That was what somebody, I think it was Dan Lebitard or whoever else, some older guy was saying, that before you didn't worry about this because gambling was only legal in 2 states, Atlantic City and Vegas.
Yeah.
Now, when they opened it up to gambling now in these states, now they're saying now you have the real shitty people now who are able to get their claws in athletes more now to say, hey, if we give you $2 million on this night, don't score more than 15, we're going to bet unders. But here's the thing. This is another thing why people are so stupid. When you take out your phone and you bet, if there's a certain amount of money that you bet on a parlay like unders, it's going to get flagged.
Yes.
Michael Porter Jr.'s dumbass brother, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. He got caught that way.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's what I'm saying. Like, are we not thinking? Like, that's common sense to know. Like you said, bro. If you know this person normally scores that, and all of a sudden that's going to flag. That's going to flag. It's going to flag. Like, use your brain. Like, you can't be that thirsty.
Adam Silver said
you don't think.
Adam Silver said he went to all these sport betting companies and he met with them and he asked them, "Can you guys just change it to where you can only bet overs to keep the suspicion of," but they were like, no. So again, money, greed.
It's money and greed. But how much? Like you said, you're already. Nobody gets paid more than the NBA players as far as these sports a year, maybe except for a few people in baseball. So if you're already getting paid so much, like you're getting paid $25 million a year. What are we doing?
They do it.
Even with taxes, let's just say cut everything in half. That's $12 million a year. What are we doing because somebody give you $2 million? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Listen, man. I get it. If my friend was in the NBA, he told me he wanted me to pay. He wanted me to put on a bet. I get it. But again,
just get up. Do gotta do something else.
If he get caught, he the one that's gonna kick the rap, not me.
Right. So now your friend not in the NBA no more. So then now y'all all now y'all all out because of just stupidity. Like, that's just like checking yourself out of the game. It's just
that shit was funny.
Everybody think of Blue Chips. Remember Blue Chips?
Yeah, Tony got caught.
Like, these dudes is stupid, man. It's like a bunch of idiots. Like, y'all can't be this damn dumb.
Well,
you can't be that stupid.
You can be.
But clearly they are that stupid. They are.
That was the last time. I just wanted to get that out before we wrap up. But anyway, this was episode 124.
Yeah.
The Some of That podcast. Make sure y'all check this out. We on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the podcast. Follow the IG page. This part will be dropping probably tomorrow, Saturday. But make sure y'all check us out. We probably gonna have another guest soon in the Sonic Palace studio. With our homeboy Sound God Mike. And you got any shout outs before we get out of here?
No, just make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And watch those old episodes y'all ain't seen. I be feeling like, them be the good ones y'all be missing. So y'all go back and watch those too. So.
Check us out. Make sure you leave a comment and be on the lookout for those clips. Because it's gonna be, this episode gonna be real spicy.
Spicy.
Other than that, hey, Sound guy, hit the Tise.
Yo, Tise, you are now listening to some of this, some of that podcast.
We see y'all next week.
Next week.